Anytime you create a project for personal use or for commercial use, it's quite likely you'll need to find some digital resources like photos or textures or fonts. I'm going to show you a couple of resources on our website for finding ones that you are most likely to be able to use free, and also how to keep track of the artist name and the image URL and stuff so that you can give accreditation to the artist or whoever supplied your resources. So on our website, there is a resources tab. If you hover over it, the main ones pop up, but if you click on the word resources, you actually get to a page with a whole lot more cool stuff. And scrolling down will take you to the stock resources page. Now this does have a link to a website that I felt gave a fairly good overview of some different things to be aware of when using stock photography, and I would encourage you to take a look at that at some point. And then there's a list of stock images sites. Now these are sites that I've used at least at some point. Other than that, I'm not promoting them. I'm just saying I've used them before, and you can get high resolution images from these sites frequently for free. Most of these sites do have kind of their for sale, really nice, professionally taken, great photos, but you do need to buy those. But ones like this, freeimages.com, has a really large forum of artists posting images for other artists' use. So here I can search for example for house. And what will happen is I will have my top results be ones that they want me to purchase. And I know they want me to purchase it because it's got this watermark through the middle of it. You shouldn't be using any images that have a watermark through them. Ever. Just don't use them. That means you need to purchase permission to use them, and then the artist or provider will send you an unwatermarked copy of the image. However, down below I get a whole bunch of resources that have come up, and these are ones that don't require purchase to download a full version. So I'm going to click on one, and here's where I can find more information about the picture, the usage rights, the artist name. I particularly like this site because it gives me a screen size, and then it also gives me the print size, so I know I could print a 6x8 at 300 dpi image on this. What I do when I'm finding images that I may use is I keep track of where I found them and who they're by. So I would first download the image itself. You can see this is a huge image, which is great about this site. Most of these are plenty large for whatever purpose you'll need them for. And I save my images in a stock images folder where I keep things organized because I just tend to use a lot of these. Now, if you're not somebody like me that uses lots of these sort of things, you might want to just save these to whatever project folder you're working on. So I'm going to save this as a project folder, and here's the image. We'll save it there. Next, I need to save the information of where I found that. Now, the way I do this is I use an application on every Mac that's called TextEdit. It's a really lightweight text word processing document, and what I'll do is record down the name of the photo. So this one is Old Doors. I'll record who the artist is. Now sometimes you can get the artist's real name, but other times you may only have their screen name or account name. Just record down whatever you've got, and in this case I can see the actual name and I'm going to just copy and paste it. Then lastly with that, I need to copy the address for where I found that image. So on this one, I will actually copy this address because this will get me back to all of the relevant information that I need, and I will paste that here, and this is all the information I need. Now, to use a photo in any way that is commercial or my brain just blanked. To use a photo for anything other than strict personal use, it's a good practice to shoot an email to whoever's posted it, explain how you're going to use it, and ask for permission to use it. If you do that, this is also a good place to paste in the request and the artist's reply. If they've said yes, you can go ahead and use it, because then you've got documented proof that this is okay to go ahead. And I know that's maybe not the best way to do it, but for me that's been plenty so far, and that's what I've done. I've had several images from this website that I've used with my class, and I've contacted those artists and gained their permission to use them in the manner that I am. So now let's just save this. I'm going to save this file, but what I do so that it doesn't get separated from the photo is I will go to wherever I saved that JPEG and just click once on the name of the JPEG. That will automatically update the name of this file that I'm currently saving to the exact same name as this other one. The extension at the end will be different, so I'm not going to overwrite this file. This is the RTF text file, and then I'm going to save it. So what I end up with, I'll show you my totally massive folder here. Actually, I think this is my lighter my lighter folder. But this is what I end up with. So I have a picture and then a text file, a picture and a text file. And that way I don't have to ask permission for every photo that I think I might use. What I need to ask permission for if I'm doing something commercial is the ones that I want to use in the end. So that is how I go about hunting down an image to use. Now, I was recently informed that on Google Image Search you could actually use one of the search tools to look for specific Creative Commons copyright postings. So when you've looked for a image, then click on the search tools. There is a usage rights, and you can say, I want to say only see things that are labeled for reuse with modification. And then these images will pop up. Now keep in mind, this does not guarantee that they have been labeled for reuse with modification, but it'll give you a really good head start. So I could click on this and then go visit the page and see if that is actually what has been posted for use. So give that a shot, keep track of your resources, and you won't go wrong.